Great Debaters Contest is brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.
From the region of champions, Eldoret region, I am Austin Yambok, and this is the Great Debaters Contest.
And I am Mariam Bishar. Today we have Tambach High School going versus Mother of Apostles Seminary, and they are debating on whether the retirement age should be reduced to 50 to curb unemployment. We'll let them debate this touchy subject. Proposal number 1, you have 3 minutes.
Over time, I've learned to defend what must be defended. I've learned to stand for what's worthy of being stand for. And as a proposer for this motion, I do believe I'm in the right side. This motion, the retirement age should be lowered to 50 to curb unemployment. I do believe in this. Reducing the age of unemployment, reducing the age of retirement will curb unemployment. And first, what is retirement? It is relieving oneself from duty due to many factors. It may be age, health of the person, and a decision. But on this situation, you're dwelling more on the age of the person. What is unemployment? It's the state of being without any job that may earn you income. Thinking of Kenya as a developing country, we do need people in the workforce, the task force who will enhance the progress of Kenya in realizing Vision 2030, which is just 1.5 decades away. We do need to realize it, starting from the scratch, right from square number 1. We should check into people who are in our working industries, people we depend on to take Kenya ahead. Talking of the old, for this case, you're talking of people above 50. Having them holding crucial positions in our task force in this country, that won't be good. They are not efficient people. Yes, the youth, when they lack these job opportunities, they'll end up doing evil things, like participating in things that will cause insecurity. Youths these days are exposed to radicalization. They'll join Al-Shabaab because they have no job. They'll come up, blow each and everybody's head here because they have no job. They're idle. And also, unemployment for these youth creates a brain drain in a country. Why? A youth will have no need to go to the university and come out because he knows there is no job in this country. What he'll do, he'll just study. And after he studies, he'll go abroad and search for work in another place. Having studied and learned in Kenya, using the resources of our motherland country, Kenya, and he goes outside, somebody will get out of Kenya, Kenya having among the best systems of education, manufactures a product that's worth being in an international level, being ranked as a person who will take this country ahead. But what will he do? He'll go to the United States of America. Why? He's sure of employment and a well-paying job, of course. Think of this. After Form 4, you guys will want to do jobs. You land yourselves in some firms and companies, and you're working with somebody the age of your grandfather. How will that work? Of course it won't work. It will be like expecting not to be attacked by a bull because you don't eat meat.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes for your opening statements.
As they say, the older the berry, the sweeter the juice. And for the wine lovers, the older the wine, the sweeter the taste. I, Wesley Waku, from Tambach High School, strongly opposes the motion that states retirement age should be reduced to 50 years to curb unemployment. One may ask, what is to curb? To curb is to tackle or to solve a certain problem. Another may ask, what is unemployment? Unemployment is when a number or a group of people are unable to get job opportunities. Another might also ask, what is retirement? Retirement is when one is forced to go back home after reaching a certain age. On to our first point. The normal retirement age is 65 years, as per the United Nations Human Rights that was enacted on 12th December 2006. In Kenya, the retirement age is 55 years. The deal is, my dear brothers and sisters, why should we reduce it to 50 years, or rather maintain it at 55 years? On to our next point. On 24th August 2010, the Kenyans realized that a vote is stronger than a bullet. When they voted for the new constitution that states that all civil servants should retire at 55 years. My dear Kenyans, why do we want to go against our own, very own constitution? We believe, as Tambach boys, that retirement age should either be retained at 55 years or be increased to 65 years. Take the example of our Excellency, Honorable Joseph Ngaiseri, the Cabinet Secretary of Security. Our beloved President has entrusted my security, your security, our security onto his hands. And in my opinion, he's doing a very great job in trying to keep us safe. Someone might also ask, how can this be able to curb unemployment? Piece of cake. Simple. When we are able to secure our citizens, we are able to attract foreign investors into our country. By doing this, we are able to create job opportunities for both the young and the old. As I said earlier, the older the berry, the sweeter the juice. As a matter of fact, to my brothers from seminary, on 28th November this year, Honorable Joseph Ngaiseri will be turning 65 years. And I will urge you to attend his birthday party. Thank you.
We will have rebuttals now, beginning with the proposers. You have 3 minutes.
Retirement, as he said, is when somebody is forced to leave his job. That was a wrong definition. Retirement is not being forced. Retirement is when it depends on the policies of your employer. If he says you'll retire at 75, good. If it's at 20, it's your employer's choice. It's not yours. And then, I cannot sit here knowing that I'm going to finish Form 4 next year. In the next 4 years, I'm going to the university to do law maybe. And then I come back, all the law firms are filled with people working with canes. No, I want jobs now. We can't wait for your teeth to fall off so we can get employment. We want jobs now. But there's something called midlife crisis. When life, you have teenage children, problems, things are not going well for you at 50. You want to perform well in your jobs. Places like the disciplined forces, the police and the army, the young people tend to come with a lot of psych. No, they will not accept corruption. They're new. They learn these bad traits from the old people who are there. You can't tell me a small boy was born with corruption in his head. No. He learned it from somebody. Who is that somebody? The older person above him. The young people are aggressive and ambitious. That is what most corporate companies need. People who are young, ambitious, and innovative. And that is what we are fighting for over here. Then, if we tell these old people that they're going to retire at 50, they look at life more critically. They'll be put on their toes. They will not have a status quo. The jobs will be more efficient because they'll know that somebody might come and take their jobs. So they'll not joke around with their jobs. They'll do it to their perfection. And if young people can create billions through creative innovations, take for example, how many of you are in Facebook? Don't even raise your hands. All of you are in Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook while he was in university. And Facebook has grown to be $1 billion company. It has acquired WhatsApp, which all of you are in. Even my teacher is there. He's in WhatsApp, I know. And also Instagram. Instagram is a product of Facebook. So all of you are enjoying these services because a young mind dreamed of these things. And music. How many of you listen to Chris Brown, Sauti Sol, Elani? All of you. These are young people. How about if they could have been employed? Imagine that creativity and innovation. And I would like to leave you the question. Enough with the bells. I would like to ask all of you in here. Keeping all people in the name of experience. Keeping all people in the name of experience. Is experience more important than efficiency? I leave you with that question. Is experience more efficient? Is more important than efficiency? Thank you.
Opposition, time for your rebuttal now. You have 3 minutes as well.
Wow. We should be good listeners. In fact, you said wine as an alcohol. Wine is a beer. I'm sorry. You said that the old are not innovative. Let's give an example with Bob Kalimo. Safaricom has grown to greater heights with Bob Kalimo. He's 57 years of age, not 22. You also said not everybody. You said that everybody is corrupt. Not everybody is corrupt. Those people who are working as 50-year-old people, not all of them are corrupt. My dad is a secretary, and he's not corrupt. He's 57 years of age, just like Bob Kalimo, and he's not corrupt. As Tambach Boys High School, we came up with this point. Government has to pay expenditures for these people, pensions, for these people. When they retire at a tender age, 50 years. Come on, guys, 50 years. Where will these people go? Where will they go? They will benefit from the government. Pensions, money that can be used to grow Kenya. We want to grow. We want to be like America, don't we? Don't we? We want to have laptops. Where do you think this money will come from? Let the old remain in their position. They are more experienced. And the wise said, listen to the wise people. They said, experience is the best teacher. Those who are experienced can take us to greater heights. The other thing, how can we solve the lack of employment in our country? In school, let's learn how to put self-employment. Come on, people. We can put self-employment in our country. This will help to create more jobs for ourselves and for the rest of the Kenyans out there. The security of our country, as my colleague said, when we put our security at a high level, we will invite investors from other countries to come here, build business, and us as Kenyans benefit. We will benefit totally. With those points, as my next presenter comes, he's just as awesome as nobody else. Thank you.
Nimekuchagua wewe nikupende, M-Pesa simtaki mwingine, aushu usiniache usinitende, M-Pesa tutaki mwingine.
Take part in the M Challenge by sending your short song, rap, or poem about Safaricom M-Pesa on WhatsApp, and you could win 1,000 shillings in Safaricom airtime.
The proposers have been asked if they have any conclusive proof that people above the age of 50 are inefficient, and the opposition have been asked, won't retirement age being lower to 50 create job vacancies for younger people? Proposal number 3, you have 3 minutes.
I've been asked a question, that's by Grace from Moy Girls High School. What proof do we have that those above 50 are less efficient? Let's take an example of Donald Trump. Inherited some of his wealth from his dad to start his business. So, was his dad efficient? You see? Was his dad efficient? He died. So, Donald's son was efficient. When we talk of efficiency, we look at all aspects, including mental, physical, and emotional angles. So, these young people, the old people may have the idea, but they're not efficient. They cannot perform it. They'll just sit there, knowing that my time is over, I have to die or go somewhere. But young people, they'll implement it. They'll make sure, as we say, they're ambitious. They'll make sure that talk has become a reality. And to just back up my friends, the issue about how the lowering of the age to 50 years, I think that's the best thing to do. First of all, think of your lives. We are Form 4s. For some of us, we are Form 4s. Next year, many of us will enroll in the universities. We need a job after that. Can you think of it? An old man is there. You are a young girl, beautiful one. But you have nowhere to go. You have a PhD, you have a master. But that old man, that old mama is just there, seated. How will you show the world you have something? How will you prove the world you can change the world? How many times must Kenya be ashamed being called among the corrupt countries? We have tried plan A, it has failed. We have tried plan B. Let's try plan B, which is employing the youths. You have done this to old men. You have given them the jobs. What have they done? Kenya being ranked among the most corrupt countries. What is that? Until when will we be sailing this sea of shame? It's time we rise up as youths, realize the reality. Let's open our eyes. Let's change our country. See, look, go to prisons. How many bright ideas are locked inside there? How many? Come to think of it. Can you imagine that youth who is there in prison? Those people are brilliant, by the way. I was once in a prison. No, my parents worked there. Not I. These people are brilliant, let me tell you. Some people, I'm sure, if they were to give us the ideas, I'm sure Kenya will be somewhere. Compare that person to this old man. This young person, yes, we may say they may be self-employed. What if they're self-employed, but they don't have that idea? They must have capital. What will they think of next? To kill that old person, to get money, to go and start this idea, to project. But where does he end? He ends up being arrested, being locked up in jail, the old man will die. No progression. It's time we wake up and realize, what about that young girl who engages in prostitution just to make sure her idea comes up? She ends up getting AIDS, being pregnant, dies during abortion. Is that right? Is that fair? Think of yourselves. Next year, we meet. Why should young people use their energies in destroying the country rather than building our name? Why?
Proposers, you have 3 minutes to respond to the audience.
Okay, I'm Sylvester from Tambach High School, and I'd like to answer my sister from Moi Girls. You have just asked whether I will be able to solve the problem of unemployment by lowering the retirement age. I would like to answer you by saying that the government has put measures to enable the youth to be innovative and to invent methods by which they will be able to curb the unemployment crisis by themselves. So the youth are expected to give measures by ourselves that will help us to curb unemployment. Besides, by lowering the retirement age to 50, we'll not do more in lowering the unemployment rates. This is because we find that there are many people who are unemployed as compared to those who are in the workforce. Our first point, by lowering the retirement age to 50, will only serve to increase the number of people who will be depending on the government. This is because people will require their pensions. People will have to be paid their pensions, and this will maximize the number of people who are benefiting from the government and lowering the players in the economic sector. Our second point, by lowering the retirement age to 50, we'll actually increase the dependency ratio. Let's borrow our knowledge from business studies. I hope there are many who are doing business studies in here, isn't it? Okay, so what do you see if we increase the dependency ratio? What do we find? We'll find that this will have an overall effect of in lowering the savings, and in turn this will lower the investments. When we lower our investments, that will ensure that we are attaining the highest degree of poverty. This is because we will not have sources for profits. You should put that into your account. The next point is that when we lower the retirement age to 50, we'll be doing more harm than good. This is because the government is concentrating on measures that are aimed at increasing our life expectancy. So by decreasing the retirement age to 50, we'll be moving a step forward and 3 steps backward. How, just tell me, how do we expect to increase our life expectancy so that people will live more, will live for long, and they'll actually remit low taxes to the government through the pay as you earn? Think about it. Thank you.
We'll now hear closing statements. Proposers, you have 1 minute.
If I were to talk, I'll talk till cows come back home. Because as I've said, this motion is what being proposed. It is what being stood up for. I know you're wondering, who are these howling creatures? Here is Simon Ruto. Over here, Judithia's Ngondre came majority leader. Then over there, we have Stanley Dindi. All of us proposing this motion that says retirement age should be lowered to 50 to curb unemployment. From the tradingeconomics.com in Kenya, it states that in the year 2006, the unemployment rate, the percentage of unemployment in Kenya was at 12.70%. But in 2013, it was at 40%. Unemployment rate is on the rise. What are we doing? We can't stand and see our countries fall. We can't stand and see our ship capsize. Opposers here talked of Bob Collymore. He came to Safaricom years with experience because he worked as a young person in other companies in various countries before he came to Safaricom. It's true Safaricom is succeeding, but it's because of his counterparts who are young and are cooperative. That's why Safaricom is moving in front. And I want to emphasize and ask, is experience more important than efficiency? I pose this question to the House. Come to think of it. Thank you.
Position, you have 1 minute as well.
I'm back. Guys, don't wear wooden spectacles. You will not see. You'll fall into a trap. Let me tell you something. Bob Collymore joined Safaricom when he was 52 years of age. You know what? It's not a gun, but a simple newspaper. Today's newspaper states 90,000 workers, fate uncertain. These 90 people, these 90 workers are not 50 and above. There are others who are 25, others who are 35, and why are they fate uncertain? Come on, people. Let's talk the truth. If we lower the age, where are we going? We'll not innovate, brothers and sisters. We don't win a match by simply shifting the goals. We'll definitely score a 0, totally a 0. My fellow colleagues, it is time. Who say that we don't have ideas? Us young people, who say that we don't have ideas? We can make it, and as President Obama said, yes, we can make it, and I believe so. Thank you.
Mother of Apostles, I think what we wanted to hear is, this is the number of young people who are unemployed, who have the papers, who have the qualifications, and they cannot work because this percentage of civil servants or this percentage of people who are in employment are above the age of 50. So until you have that, it becomes very difficult for you to expand the motion, and that was a challenge on your part.
To Tambach, I would want to address Wesley. Wesley, you appear to me well-read. You come and you submit your facts in a very sober manner, and all the facts that we cross-examined here were correct. And that was a lovely submission for your team and makes your team very strong. So Edward and Sylvester as well comes and picks it up well. So that was good and commendable. All the same, I want to appreciate the two teams. That was good teamwork all across, and all the best to the two teams.
Tambach High School, the judges gave you 67.8%. Please give them a hand. Mother of Apostles, you had 66%, making Tambach our winners today.
Congratulations to Tambach High School, and we tell Mother of Apostles, water falls, but it keeps flowing. From all of us here at the Great Debaters Contest, I am your host, Austin Nyumbok.
And I am Mariam Bishar. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Great Debaters EA. Our thanks to Safaricom M-Pesa and to KBC Channel 1. Keep watching the Great Debaters Contest for more wonderful episodes such as this one.
Thank you.
The Great Debaters Contest was brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.